Welcome back to my channel today for a first impressions video on a lens that I picked up yesterday in a shop called Fotografica in the center of Copenhagen. It's a shop where I bought camera equipment since I was 25 years old, so that's for more than 40 years, and I love this shop very much. They have a big assortment of different cameras, new, but they also have a huge assortment of used camera gear, and I buy a lot of used. But this lens I bought yesterday is a new lens, and it's for my Hasselblad X system, so it's a Hasselblad 28mm f4 lens. This lens is actually the smallest lens in the Hasselblad XCD lineup by now, even smaller than the 45p lens. So this is the 28mm compared to the 45mm. Both very small lenses. And if I pick up the lens caps and the rear cap, we can compare the size of these two, and as you can probably see, the 28mm is slightly smaller than the 45mm, but also it's not as heavy as the 45mm. Not that it is heavy, but it is a bit heavier than the 28. After I picked the lens up in Copenhagen, I also took some images there just around the shop in the center of Copenhagen. And this review is not going to be a real review, it's just a first impression, so I'll be making a real review later on and comparing the sharpness at different f-stops and compare it to, maybe also compare it to other lenses as well. But this is just a short preview. The 28mm focal lens suits my work very much, at least if you compare it to full frame, it's a 22mm lens, so that's very nice for my work. As previous Canon shooter, I used a 17 to 40mm zoom lens, mostly at its wide settings, so around 20mm were very nice for me. But this small lens, I can take it to the Himalayas, I can go trekking for my mountaineering trips, and I can just bring it to nature to do my usually daily stuff. As always with Hasselblad equipment, the lens comes in a nice box, and there's a lens shade in the box, and it's a metallic one, very nice, fits very nicely, and of course the lens itself. And then inside this little box there's a pouch for the lens, a bit insulated, so it takes the bumps from the lens if you keep it in this one. So Hasselblad always packages their things very nicely. The lens comes with a very nice cap with a big logo on it, so you know it's a Hasselblad lens. It has a focus ring that you have always manual focus, all right, but it's not mechanically coupled, so it uses the focus motor of the lens. But it works very nicely, but it also has a fast autofocus that works very nicely on the camera, both on my X2D and my X1D Mark II. You can see the lens element is not very big, but anyway, it has 8 elements in 7 groups within this small lens. So there's a lot of elements in here. I haven't done any real in-depth review of the sharpness, but if we look at this image with the railway, we zoom into the center of the image to see the sharpness in the stones. It's really good. There's a lot of detail here, and if we move out to the corners to see how it seems here, there's a very good sharpness there as well. So all in all, it's very nice, and you can look at some more images where I've shot close up. So to sum up my first impressions of this lens, it's a very compact and very nice lightweight lens to walk around with. And I like that it has increased in shutter speed up to 1/4000 with its leaf shutter. So you can use flash even down to 1/4000 of a second. And it seems very sharp all over the frame and even wide open, so that's really a big bonus. I haven't seen any distortion from this lens, and I haven't seen any chromatic aberration, so that's also very good. And it's well built, and the focus ring functions very well. One downside to it though is that it's not weatherproofed, and that could be a minus in harsh weather conditions. This was my first impressions of the Hasselblad 28mm f4 lens, the smallest lens in so far, at least in the Hasselblad XCD lineup. A very nice lens that I think I will come to like very much. If you want to see the large review that I'll be making later on when I've shot it a bit more, please subscribe to my channel and also hit the like button so you can get more videos from my side. Thank you very much for this time, and bye for now.